Hey guys, we're back with another video for y'all, cause y'all the fam, and I do it for y'all. You know what I'm saying? I do it for the family. It's all about the family.
Mystery guy, we see you. We love you. You're our family now.
You are. If you're listening, if you're on this page, watching this video, you're family. Even if you're the weird uncle that nobody likes to sit next to at the barbecue.
I'm not gonna comment. I love all of my uncles.
You hear how she said that? Because the aliens are listening to her. They're listening, and she has to make sure she says the right thing at the right time.
I love all of my uncles.
I do whatever I want. They let her marry me, so obviously they didn't give a fuck about the fact that I just be saying whatever. So we just gonna keep doing it. It's how it's gonna be. Yo, we back. We back. Yeah. I'm really tired, but I'm gonna do one more for y'all. Y'all gonna be seeing these episodes like, damn, she did all this in one night? Yes, I did.
Yep. And if you see another video in a month and a half, and it's obvious that it's not the same night, and I have this shirt on, I really like this shirt. I don't need your judgment.
This is my favorite hoodie too, so. And my favorite do-rag. So y'all might see this combo again. It's a Pickle Rick do-rag.
Yeah. We'll get a close-up.
Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty. It's my shit.
Should I do take two of the PODCSNT podcast time?
It is podcast time, y'all.
That was a better jingle too.
Do we need to come up with a jingle?
PODCST. Woo!
Can y'all comment down below whether we need to come up with a jingle? Because I don't know.
Wifey in the building, bitch.
I do think we need a intro of some sort. Which
Put
I
that
think.
on my list.
After I talk to y'all in the beginning, because it's mainly me in the beginning talking anyway. Yeah. After I talk to y'all in the beginning, and then we get ready to go to the podcast, just put the intro right there, and then come back and we podcasting. What y'all think? I'm going to stop doing these intros sitting down too. I'm going to start bringing y'all to the table when I'm ready to podcast. Because I don't think y'all appreciate this much as I should. I'm just talking shit.
If you're her little sister and you're one of the 3 people that watch this, show Wavy some love because she's feeling unappreciated.
I think she listens on Spotify.
Oh shit!
I don't think she watches the videos.
But
whatever, it's cool.
Mom, are you listening? Are you there?
Your mama be listening to our podcast?
I don't fucking know what that lady does.
I know Ashley watches the YouTube videos.
Somebody show me some love.
Like, comment, subscribe on this video. All right, I need it. I need
the validation.
I don't.
Oh yeah, we're both getting tired. Let's go ahead.
I don't need your validation. I just needs it. It's like a fix. You know what I'm saying?
Dopamine hit. We'll talk about dopamine.
Yo, what's good, fam? Welcome to another wonderful evening with Wifey and Wifey. I am Wavy, and I got Bay next to me. Say what's up, girl.
What up?
Facts.
On Tuesday.
Facts.
She caught me in the middle of a yawn, but that's all good. Because this is Wifey and Wifey.
I don't know how yawn is scheduled.
Wow. So we're gonna do this again. This podcast will probably be one of the reasons me and my wife get divorced at this point. But it's a wild and crazy time. It's enjoyable. Everybody loves a train wreck.
Do y'all hear this hot shit?
Everybody likes a train wreck.
All right. She want to be petty in the beginning. I got some petty because this is going to be a good episode. Let's go. Go on.
Get it. Okay.
Say what you got to say.
Catch us on YouTube. You'll see us, the infighting. We be talking mad shit but making kissy faces at each other. What's the topic for today?
Yo, we are going to be talking about some good stuff today. Important stuff if you are a person, doing person things, living your person life.
Nice.
I'm trying to be all inclusive around this bitch, you know what I'm saying?
Meanwhile, you're married to an alien, not even a person, but okay. Go off, sis.
I have no response to that whatsoever. No response. Make sure you insert crickets where I was silent as fuck. Anyway, so today we're going to be talking about how easily we integrated into our partner's friend groups. Groups? Do people have different groups of friends? Some people do. Each of us only have one friend group. We basic motherfuckers. We only got one. Also, how to maintain relationships and your friendships separately. Whether it's important that your partner get along with your friends, and do your friend dynamics change after marriage? So we got a loaded episode because a lot of people are real serious about their friends, and then they get in a relationship, they forget about them. Dang. So we gonna see how it goes. Before that, just to keep with decorum, how you living over there?
I'm pretty good. What was it? The first episode we recorded tonight, we talked about how my eyes, they start getting like really watery and burny, like when I'm wearing glasses. So podcast people, if you know what that is, hit me up. I'm kind of tired of dealing with it. How are you?
I'm doing good. After this, we gonna lay down.
Nice.
And cuddle.
Nice. What else?
And yes,
tell me slow.
Yes, I do mean cuddle. Tell you slow.
Yeah, what we're gonna do next? After cuddling?
Nothing. We're gonna go to sleep.
Damn.
I'm about to snore on that ass.
Oh, man.
We ain't even got no water over here. Ooh. I don't know what she thinking. I done worked all day. I worked 8 hours today. She think I'm about to do something with her and we ain't got no water over here. I need to wash my butt. I'm one of those. I mean, I did last night. I need to wash my butt minimum 2 hours before we get it in.
Oh, we not doing nothing tonight. I don't know if I want to cuddle you.
You gonna cuddle with me.
Alright.
The fuck?
Bet. Like I said,
hold on, we'll be back. We about to take a break. Hold on. You ain't gonna cuddle with me. You gonna cuddle with me.
With you. I'm cuddling with you right now. Even though you was talking about persons and person things, you didn't think that was gonna hurt my alien feelings?
You most of the time don't want people to know you're an alien. So
I do identify as a person, but you know.
Okay, all right.
So I'm sensitive about that.
And person is all inclusive. Anybody that identifies as an alien, we have not recognized you as anything yet. And I'm not gonna be the one to
alien
start.
Brethren, rise up. Rise up, alien brethren.
I'm not
and come into the comment section.
You could comment on this video, but I want you to know you could dog me out, but I'm not gonna be the one to start the alien revolution. Okay, I don't give a fuck. I don't care to be at the forefront of this movement.
Non-binary siblings.
You can't say non-binary people as your siblings if they don't identify as aliens.
If they're alien and non-binary, I'm trying to be inclusive of my revolution.
All right. I don't want to be at the forefront of y'all's movement. I'm so sorry. I can be in the background doing paperwork, and she gonna have to leave me at home like Malcolm X left his wife at home so she can get shot on her own.
Betty?
Because of the revolution, the alien revolution, okay?
It would not be televised. We was just watching Malcolm X yesterday with Taylor Daddy, and I ain't never really watched that movie like that. But I was like, dang, this is pretty interesting stuff. Granted, I know about Malcolm X, you know, the picture in the window with the AK, that clap. But, yeah, give it a rewatch. It's worth it.
My daddy's a damn fool, by the way.
In Black History Month. Yeah, having an old black man commentate that movie was golden.
Best times, man. Best
golden.
Times.
He will never be on this page to do that, but maybe I can, like, do some impressions.
Did you say he would? Girl, you don't think my daddy do a guest spot?
He could.
I think he will.
We can have Truck Gang on.
We're gonna have to pick a good topic.
Yeah,
and he'll do it.
Y'all got this little ass camera I'm looking at.
y'all trying to see my daddy on the
we gonna work on it.
On the episode? I am gonna work on it. Leave it in the comments if y'all want to see my daddy. He ignorant. And I'm sorry for anything he says to offend anybody while he on here. Because he's the old black man and somebody gonna be offended.
Somebody. Probably all of us.
Yeah, he probably offend me too. Anyway, back to the episode. We back. We back, fam. We back. And we are going to be talking about friends. How many of us have them? The ones we can depend on. Friends. We're going to get all up into it today about friend groups and how to integrate and dynamics after marriage. This is going to be a good one. And as usual, let's start at the tippity top of the list.
Yeah.
How easily did you integrate into your partner's friend group? I'm going to let you go first because I had the hardest time.
Yeah.
So, how did you integrate into my friend group?
I gotta really think about it. I drank many times before between then and now. I think it was fine. You have, well, at the time you had like the three best friends, and now we're down to two and like some special guest spots that have filled in. It's a whole thing. Yeah, they're still friends in spirit, and in love. But I think it was pretty easy. It was difficult at times. I think it's just hard, especially being we were in our early 20s. So kind of, I guess the best way to describe it is when we got together, at least in my mind, we were very much in love and it happened so fast. But it wasn't, we were still at a point where our friends were, number one in our lives besides, well, I mean, even above our parents sometimes, our family. So it was at sometimes feeling like I wasn't getting number one, and feeling some type of way about that back then. Nowadays, if I'm not getting number one, I'm like, okay, cool, then I can go like watch horror movies by myself while you gone. But I didn't have that much of an issue compared to, say, you and my friends. Yeah. Hey guys, shout out to y'all.
Just a side note on Donica and my friends. We were young and I think still filling out our relationship. Mm-hmm. Not that she wasn't first. I think it was just a balancing act of like realizing that friendships are important too. Yeah. But also, my friends loved Donica. She kind of left that out. Like my best friend.
Me and your best friend were hanging out yesterday without you.
She was pregnant, like middle of her pregnancy when I met Donica. Me and Donica met in May, so she would have been
6 months,
5 months pregnant. And as soon as the baby was born, she basically just told Donica, like, if y'all ever break up, you need to make sure that
come see the baby.
You come see the baby. Like, damn, we only been together for 4 months. The fuck? The who? The what? So yeah, my friends actually liked her a lot. Which is crazy because my best friend is one of those, like, have you ever seen the best friend memes about the best friend being obsessed? That's my best friend. Yeah. So the fact that she actually liked Donica, like, that shit was crazy. But yeah, so the
dynamic was definitely different though, because your friends had seen you in a prior like serious relationship, and I think it wasn't a great one, so the bar was low, but also they were used to you like being with somebody, whereas in my friend group the dynamic was definitely different. One, I have the rowdier group, and we were the party group, and Taylor's not that.
So you can imagine how hard it was for me to integrate. Not because of me, though. Because, I mean, I'm one of those people, like, this is what, episode 8? So if you don't know this about me by now, I am a pretty chill, laid back individual. I pretty much go with the flow. I'm never gonna be like super hype. You know, like people be like they on 10. Like I'm never on 10.
Yeah.
Never ever on 10. Like I may be on 7. And that's like as high as I get. If I'm on 10, I'm mad as fuck. I'm not happy. I'm not excited. I'm mad as fuck. You don't want me on 10. So like, I mean, to me I'm chilling. But it's like they didn't even try to get to know me. It was just like I needed to bend to their whim, and I am not a whim bender. So
yeah,
that was very interesting. It led to a lot of, I think, animosity from her friends against me for a little bit because they kind of felt like I was a bitch, which I mean, I'm not, but oh well, because I'm gonna be me. And not only am I a middle child, but I was raised by a very stubborn mother and a very stubborn father who taught me to be who I am regardless of the fuckery. So nobody is going to sway me to do things that I don't want to do. And they were all about that. Like she said, they were partiers, they were drinkers, big, like, loud, do what we do type people, and that's not me. You're not gonna persuade me to get drunk and do crazy shit. Like, that's just not my personality. I'll go to the club, I'll dance, but if I say I don't want to do something, then I don't want to do it, and you can't pull me into it.
Yeah.
So integrating into her friend group was difficult. It took years.
Yeah.
I don't even think I was fully integrated into her friend group until like recent years, like the last 2 years. We've been together almost 8 years. It'll be 8 years in April.
Yeah.
So you can imagine how hard. You can imagine the love I have for this beautiful black queen over here, that I was willing to put up with bullshit for 6 years, basically. And that's not from all of her friends. It was definitely like, I don't want to call it a hierarchy because that doesn't make any sense, but it almost felt like that. Like I had to go through each level of bullshit before I could get to the queen or some shit. I don't fucking know. I don't know what these people are thinking. But I did not easily integrate into her friend group. Yeah. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Do you think...
I mean, it was decently easy, I guess, to I don't know. But let's ask this question just because I feel like it goes. Was that important to you that I got along with them? You gotta be honest. This is our podcast. They can get over it.
It was important that you got along with them, but in my mind, despite the fact that there was, I don't want to say tension because it wasn't
tension.
It was always cordial. It just was,
I have a limit.
Yeah,
I have a limit.
It was a lot of times where she would say something or like being in a situation and be uncomfortable, but then it was also like my friends just kind of not being accommodating to like her personality. Not like somebody has to like bend to her whim either, but kind of just, it was just kind of a weird dynamic and kind of.
This is the situation. Donica is an extrovert.
Yeah. From
a friend group of extroverts.
Exactly.
There is not one introvert in her friend group.
And all of my friends, they have, well, not all of them, but majority of my friends have
very strong
personalities, very aggressive, in your face. Tell me about all of your hopes and dreams.
They are
on the first day of like meeting you.
Their personalities are very different, but they are all strong personalities. Yes. And I am a strong personality in my own right, but I am very much an introvert. I do not like crowds. I do not like people like getting all up in my business. I want to open up to you on my own time and my own pace, and I want to be comfortable. And they gave zero fucks.
Yeah, there was a lack of understanding.
And from knowing them now, 8 years down the line, I definitely know that they didn't do it on purpose, but they were very not inclusive to somebody like me, because they never had to be before. Yeah. And I'm sure it was a hard transition for them as it was a hard transition for me. But like I said, it took years. Yeah. And it was literally like one person after the next. I literally had to tackle one person at a time until everybody understood where I stand. Yeah. Period. And, you know, because certain stuff is just not going to fly with me, and it is what it is.
So, yeah, like I said, everything was always cordial. There was never any, like, disrespect on either side. So, in that instance, I would say, yeah, I mean, it wasn't, like...
It wasn't malicious, no crazy disrespect, but there have been instances.
It wasn't anything that was purposefully disrespectful. Nothing malicious. Was, you know, just faux pas missteps type things. Yeah. So in that instance, it was get along enough that we can be cordial, and, you know, if I want to bring you to something or vice versa, that we can just have a nice time. I'm putting that in air quotes because there were definitely like some situations where it was like, oh, goodness gracious. But what would you say? Was it important that I got along with your friends?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Yeah. I can see that.
I'm one of those people, how can I put this? Because I don't put my relationship above my friendships. That's not true. But I think that I feel like they're on even playing field, right? And this is not a good metaphor, but I almost think about them as like two opposing teams. Like, do they have to get along? No. If they get along after the game, great. If they don't, oh, fucking well.
Be sportsmen. Be good sportsmen.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if anybody understands that metaphor, but in my mind, it's like the perfect thing to use. I'm glad that they like each other. I'm glad that they get along.
Because we do butt heads.
My previous relationship, my friends did not like her at all. I did not like her at all. It wasn't important to them. I did shit anyway. Like, you can't allow your friends not liking somebody to stop you from living your life. Yeah. I mean, you could definitely take what people say into advisement, but it wasn't important to me whether they liked you or not. I'm glad that they did, because it makes your life easier. Yeah. You know, it makes everybody's life easier, but I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, and I mean, I think even in our relationship, in the beginning of the relationship, the importance of you getting along with my friends was definitely higher than, say, now we're married, and if they all of a sudden feel like they don't want to get along with you, then they're not going to be on the right side of that, you know. I
think that portion of it, though, is attributed to you changing as well. I don't think that necessarily has
anything to do
with our marriage at all. I mean, I'm sure that us being together has grown you in ways that sometimes I personally feel like they probably don't appreciate just because of certain situations that you know in your mind. But I mean, I think you're better for it. You know what I mean? Because it's made you a stronger person and more willing to stand up for yourself in a lot of ways. Yeah. And if they don't like that shit, oh, fucking well.
Yeah. And I think just personally, as far as like friendship dynamics changing after marriage, the dynamics have changed, but not necessarily because of our marriage. Like she said, it's just the way that I've changed and grown, and just
life.
Yeah, life and circumstances that have happened since we got married. Um, I've changed, so the dynamic of my friendships have just had to change. And that's not even necessarily a lot of those things I can't attribute to being married. I just happen to be married. Do you think your friendship dynamics have really changed?
A bit.
Yeah.
I think we've kind of talked about this before on the pod, the podcast. But when you're in a relationship with somebody for a while, we've been together for 8 years. If you think about how long 8 years are, there's no way that you're with somebody that long and they don't rub off on you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I've definitely become more outspoken. I'm definitely still an introvert, but when we first got together, like, I am very good at, like, holding my tongue. You know what I mean? Like, I generally won't give my opinion if it's not asked for, because I probably have some bullshit to say, and you probably don't want to hear it, because I can be very direct in the way that I say things and go about things. But and being with Donica, I've definitely kind of lessened that holding of my tongue a little bit. So our dynamics of my friendships have definitely changed after marriage, because my friends were used to me not being so abrasive and kind of like just letting more things slide that I don't let slide now, because I feel like when you're 21, it's easy to let stuff slide.
Yeah.
Because you feel like that's the time to make mistakes and to go for the gusto and to jump off the cliff and hope that you make it into the water and don't hit the rocks. But when you're 29,
it's a completely different mindset.
Like, where do you have the audacity with all these bills and these kids
exactly.
to jump off of a cliff and hope that you land in the water?
Yeah.
Bitch, where's your raft? Why are we jumping in the first place? Like, my mindset has changed. So as much as it's because of my marriage, it's because I've grown up.
Yeah.
You know? So yes, my friend dynamics have changed after marriage, but it's definitely not only attributed to marriage. Some of it is definitely attributed to marriage, or some of it's not.
I think one thing that's not necessarily on like our little outline of talking points. One thing in particular, you know, we've changed and we've matured, but it's also the dynamic of your friend group. As far as like my friend group, I'm the only one not only married, but really in like a relationship and been in a long-term relationship. So that kind of, you know, when a lot of people say, well, you got married and you changed, but I mean, you just grow up, you just experience different things. And a lot of the times it's hard to be the one person that's married and, you know, we're like having kids and stuff like that. And my friends just aren't on that tip right now. And just have different goals and aspirations right now. So it's completely different, my mindset and theirs. You know, they're not any less of good people because they don't want to get married right now and don't want to have kids right now. We're just in two different places. Whereas my mindset is always going to be my wife and my kids, you know, they out here living, you know, they brunch and endless mimosas, and that's fine. You know, that's just where they're at right now. And I think it's kind of similar with your friend group too. Kind of.
Not necessarily. So our friend groups are different. Like I said, hers is very boisterous and out there and, you know, always partying. Even to this day, everybody in that group is over 30 except one. Like, well, 30 or more, like, yeah. But I mean, it's just different. Like, my friend group is definitely more laid back and just chill. Always kind of has been. doesn't mean we don't go out and have a good time. Like, we go out to the club like any other 20-something, 30-year-old and, like, dance our ass off and have some drinks and cut loose a little bit. But both me and one of my best friends, we definitely could be called serial monogamous for sure. I don't really like the term, but I'm sure that people would feel that way. So we're kind of more like streamlined as far as like not being out there. And my other best friend is a narcissist with a roster of 87 dudes that she rotate in and out like clockwork. And I mean,
shout out to you, sis.
She's better now, okay? So she's way, way, way better now. Yeah. She's definitely kind of like grown, matured. She's in like a whole relationship now. But I mean, our dynamics are different. We've always been busy.
Yeah.
You know? So we are best friends. We definitely make time for each other. But we always been like, okay, when can we get together? Let's do this. Let's like making plans because we have shit to do and we're, you know, not available to each other 24/7.
Yeah, I think my friend group, we kind of just started maybe in the last couple years where it's like, okay, so everybody get out your calendar. And I think that's just everybody just getting older and getting busier. So, I mean, that's something that just kind of has naturally happened. But y'all have kind of always
been like that. Because even when me and my best friends have all been best friends since we were 15 and 16. And even when Donica, like, got with me and we started to go on this journey together as a couple, my best friend was pregnant and about to have a baby. You hear somebody talking, right?
This outside.
Oh. My best friend was pregnant about to have a baby. So you can't just be spontaneous with a baby. You know what I mean? So there's that, you know. But yeah. So I mean, as far as like friendships and friend groups, we definitely do make time for friends. It's important to have that time with your friends away from your spouse. And we generally tend to do it at the same time. Yeah. Because it's just easier. Like, oh,
you go with your friends, I'm going to go with mine.
And it doesn't have to be that way. If book club's on Thursday and the boys' poker night is on Wednesday, that's cool. That's how y'all want to do it or whatever. But, I'm sorry, y'all. I had a little dry throat, you know?
Yeah, I think recently it's been we have been doing things more separately with our friends. I think we see your friends more often just because I gotta see my god baby. So I mean that don't really have nothing to do with her, but to do with her mama. Like I gotta see my niece. But these days it's kind of like me and my friends, we do Secret Santa, and Taylor doesn't come because that's just my time with my friends. We don't have that much time with each other. So when we do have that time, I just like to spend it with my friends. And I mean, before COVID and like being super busy, it was a lot easier for me. Like, oh, well, Taylor will tag along. But these days it's just been like, I haven't seen you and I haven't talked to you. So I want my time outside of, you know, I love when my wife tags along, but sometimes you just want that one-on-one with people. And the same is true for her friends. You know, they'll go out or nails and pedicures, go out to dinner.
Donica don't get pedicures.
Yeah, so I'm like, oh yeah, go with your girls. And I mean, even...
So yeah, that's how, I mean, we'll go bond and just like sit at the nail shop for 6 hours and all get our toes done or whatever. And we literally will just kick it.
And that gives me time. I mean, either way, it gives us time individually to just be alone.
Because when she out with her friends, I just chill.
Yeah.
You know, watch TV. Maybe I don't know.
Flick the dick.
You never know what might strike you when you by yourself. And sometimes I literally just go to sleep, not even on purpose. I don't even take naps like that, but I just wake up. And I'm like, man, it's been 4 hours.
Yeah.
Best nap of my life.
Yeah, I mean, I think
but you need it. You need that time. Like, I think people underestimate how good it is for you to just be alone with your thoughts. Just you. No distractions. No wife asking you questions or even just sitting there looking pretty and you get distracted by what she looks like. You know what I mean? Just literally like you and the walls and your brain and just like getting in touch with yourself. Like checking in with you to see how you're really feeling. I think a lot of people have an issue with self-assessing and it manifests in never wanting to be alone. And having separate friend groups and keeping everything kosher, it all runs into each other. Yeah. It helps. So I definitely think it's important to maintain your friendship separately and, you know, try to understand how your friendships play a role in your relationship and making that dynamic balanced for yourself. Yeah. Not everybody's dynamic is going to be the same and not everybody's balance is going to be the same.
Definitely. I definitely agree with that. I think there's like other things we could say about friendships kind of versus marriage. I know in a lot of situations, like people will get in a relationship and just like cut off all their friends and like have no one. Yeah,
that's gonna have to be another.
Yeah, that was my segue. We're gonna have to do like another episode kind of about friendships, not necessarily our friendships, but friendships kind of in general. Like people who like, oh well, you're my only friend. I don't need a friend. I have you, because that's also toxic.
Yeah, we'll put that on the list. We'll make that the next episode for y'all. Episode 9 is gonna be all about the friends.
Yeah, we'll do another dose of friends. For right now, we're going to take uno momento for a break, and just a quick break.
All right. I keep forgetting about y'all. I do weird stuff.
Alright. Alright, you guys. We're back. So yeah, we talked about friendship dynamics, integrating with
your relationship, coupledom,
yeah, integrating into your partner's friendship group.
Circle.
Yeah, group. Circle of trust.
Jerk. No? I thought that's what we were doing.
That escalated.
I'm an escalation. That's me.
Literally.
My middle name probably should be Escalation.
Obviously.
It's not, and I'm not telling y'all
Escalado.
Because y'all are trying to find me. But
yeah, obviously it should be. So we talked a lot about friendship. We have some more to say, so I think Baby wants to talk about that next episode. So that will be absolutely fucking fantastic to talk about. Toxic friends and toxic friend situations.
We're gonna get all up in the friends, man. Needy friends, toxic friends, bad friends. When I say bad, I just mean bad. Terrible friends that you don't need in your life that may not necessarily be toxic, but what do you have them for? Kick them to the curb. That's gonna be next.
Friendship.
On the next episode of Wifey and Wifey. La, 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 la. But for now, thank you for kicking it with us. Definitely. Check us out on the socials at Wifey in Wifey. If you want to see our beautiful faces, check us out on your YouTube, the gram. You know,
we're gonna have like specials and exclusives on Buy Me a Coffee. So check us out there. It just costs like $1 to support us, and give us $1 so we can go to brunch with our friends. Yeah, that would be great. We brunch a lot. But anyways, we definitely appreciate you guys for hanging out with us, listening to us ramble. We're almost to 10 episodes and been pretty consistent. I've been having fun.
We only missed 1 week. Yeah. And that was because of the storm, so don't be dogging us.
Yeah, so we've been doing good and having loads of fun. Like she said, catch us on socials. Definitely make sure you rate us on Apple Podcasts. Give us thumbs ups and tambourines or whatever the fuck you do on places where you stream, and recommend us to a friend because we talk about friendships.
Please
send it to them without sending it to them. Be like, hey, you listen to this podcast? Wifey and Wifey. Yeah, I don't know why I turned into an Italian man. Wifey and Wifey. Anyway, you have Italian pizza.
So I was tired, but I'm dead now, and she's obviously getting to the point where she needs to lay down.
Yeah, obviously.
So we will catch y'all on the next episode of Wifey and Wifey.
Wifey and Wifey. We'll get to see you guys later.
We appreciate the support. Catch you later.
Peace. Sa. No? Okay. Y'all have a good one, okay? You still love me. Tell me you love me. Tell me something.
What's your problem? What's your freaking stinking problem? What's your freaking stinking problem? Turn the video off.
I don't want to. You're gonna say mean things to me.